Jeoffrey, this is a fantastic machine. We've just watched you out on circuit. Tell us a little bit about this class and how it differs from the main senior X30.
Well, it's a brand new engine developed by Yamaha for this season. What is different is the engine, which is much more big, 175 cc and 43 horsepower, so it's much more powerful than the X30. And the tires as well are much softer, so much faster, much physical as well, and very fun machine to drive. Very fun machine to drive, yeah.
Yeah, and the speed through the corners relative to a single-seater racing car must be really close because you're so quick, you're so low to the ground.
Yeah, it's very physical. You feel it with your neck when you drive. The strength it has is, yeah, it feels a bit like Formula Renault. I drove it a few years ago, and it felt quite the same when you go through quick corners. You feel your neck really struggling to keep your head on. So yeah, for this it's very pleasant. It's very pleasant to drive that, but very physical as well. Yeah. In the end, all the ribs, the arms, the neck, you're a bit tired at the end of the day.
You've been racing for, I think you said 13 years. Yeah. Can you remember the first time you drove this and how it felt? How different to what you'd driven before?
Well, it remembered me the first time I tried the KF2 like 7 years ago. It had so much power, not just after the corner, but in the middle of the straight line. You know, I don't know how to say, but it is so powerful. It kicks you, I would say, in the back. I say that. So it's very nice. Like the first time I drove it, I really felt like I haven't been racing for 10 years because it felt so different than what I was used to. So. Yeah, it feels like a new start, a new beginning for me because I was racing in the X30 for 7 years now, so I was really used to it. And it's a really new beginning. I hope we had a bit more people here to do a big race to start, but still, it's a good fun to drive that and big pleasure.
So physically, at the end of the day, you must be very tired, very tiring. Do you have to train? Do you have to work on your muscles in your arms and your neck?
Yeah, I think you should do that. It's quite hard for me because of my job and all the travels, but still, yeah, it's important to do some sport, especially the back and the neck, because it is indeed very physical. So, but I mean, you just stretch a little bit, do what you want, and the best training you can do is driving because the exercise it makes you. There's nothing you can do otherwise that looks like it. So, and the best training you can have physically is to drive and drive and drive, and then it will be easier in the time. But when you drive only sometimes, like I do, I struggle a little bit at the end.
How must you drive these cars? Do you need to be smooth, or do you need to be quite aggressive with your braking and your accelerator?
Well, I think you need to be very smooth because of the tires, as they're very soft. If you're too aggressive, you will just destroy them. I mean, they can last something like 50, 60 laps. In the end, they're not fast enough. So you have to be very smooth, otherwise, first of all, you will destroy your tires and the engine won't like it because it is so violent. You need to be very smooth to control it, otherwise you will go like this everywhere, and you cannot go fast with that.
So what would the fastest speed be down the straight in one of these?
Here it's something like 122 kilometers per hour, I think, but the quickest I did was a few weeks ago in test in Varennes-sur-Allier, which is one of the fastest tracks in Europe, and we did 134, I think. So yeah, it's becoming quite fast. It's not so far from the shifter, you know. It's getting closer than that, and yeah, that's quite fun.
And finally, this circuit is it a tough circuit for you to drive? Is it quite a challenging track, technical?
I think it's a challenging track because it's technical and physical. All the corners you don't have much time to rest. The straight lines are quite short, so it is quite physical and not the fastest one, but technical and tricky as well, with the chicanes that are quite not so simple to go through, but yeah, very physical, especially, I think.
Well, it's great to talk to you. Thank you for your insights. We look forward to seeing the racing this weekend and wish you the best of luck.
Thank you very much.